Hello friends, Maddie here. Today I am going to create this sofa in Maya. So let's start. First, in front view I am going to import that image plane and import image. Go for that image. Wait 1 second. Open this image. I am using this image just for reference. Click it here, push it a little bit backward from top view. So let's start. First I am going to create one box in front view. And then insert one edge in center of this box. Right click, shift right click, insert edge loop tool, go in option box, and here type 1, multiple edge loop tool, type 1 and click here, and then click on this edge and move it a little bit upward. So there are two types of modeling this model. One is just add edges here like this. Again go shift right click, insert edge loop tool and click equidistance, and then click one edge here, add one edge here, add one edge here, add one edge here. So this is one way to create that model. Or we can use click one edge and click all these center edge vertex and move it little bit here. So this is one type here. Or we can use bevel edge. Click on this middle edge, shift right click and bevel edge and add segments. This is a faster way to model, but this is high poly and this is very low poly. So today I am going to do in low poly. Let's start. Then click on this edge, double click on this edge, double click on this edge, and then bevel. And add some segments. Here also this edge, double click on this edge, select all these edges and add bevel edge, shift right click and a bevel edge. So bottom part, okay. So add select all these bottom edges. For quick selection, go in vertex mode, select all these vertexes and then control right click, two edges and hold control, deselect all this edge and deselect all this edge by holding control. Select all this edge and add bevel and add some segments, 4 segments. So we have something like this. Here also add a couple of edges. So see here, I can't add even edge here because this polygon is containing. For that, click on this edge and multi-cut tool, click here and then click here and press enter. Here also click here and click here, and here also click here and click here. So press W for move tool and then scale it little bit like this. And then go to the edge mode, select all these edges and shift right click, soften edge and soften edge. If you want, you can also bevel this edge, select this edge and this, double click on this edge and add bevel edge. Okay, so we have something like this. So this is high poly and this is low poly. So with starting I am going it in low poly. This is faster. High poly is a faster way to model something. Okay. Double click on this edge and move little bit. See this. This is high poly and this is low poly. If you want, you can press Ctrl D and then duplicate like this. This is high poly and Ctrl D duplicate and then press okay, wait. Ctrl D duplicate. Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D. See this. This is very low poly and this is high poly. So I am going to delete high poly models. I am also going to delete this and then also going to delete this. So first I am going to unwrap it. However, we have to open this UVs. Open this UVs. Okay. Click here, UV and just add automatic mapping. Go in UV editor. So our UVs are now open. Okay. I have unwrapped this because if you copy this, okay, Control D to copy this. So this model is also unwrapped. So it's make easier and faster for models for texturing. Okay. Select this object. Press Control D to duplicate. Keep here and press Shift D. Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D. Okay. Now here select on all these object, hold spacebar, mesh and combine. And here go to deform, nonlinear and bend. And then turn on the wireframe mode and then rotate it by pressing J. Hold J and rotate it like this and see. And here in attribute pen 1 and curvature, let's click and drag. So again hold J and just rotate it like this in side view. Now we have something like this. So keep it like this. And then low bend, click and drag here like this. Low bound. So we have something like this. Now click on this model and then file, edit, delete by type, history. So now this is the same model, and now we have to do spacebar, mesh and separate. To separate this model and then click on this 4 object and then mesh and combine and press Ctrl D to duplicate, and then here in X axis type -1 and then delete this both object and then keep it here like this. So we have something like this. Now for bottom part, create one box, click and drag here like this on top view, and then click on the edges, select all these edges, shift right click and bevel edge, and here in fraction just click and drag little bit and add couple of segments, 3 segments. Okay, so now we have something like this. So here click on this edge, add insert edge loop tool, go in option box, add multiple edge loop tool and then create 9 edges and click here, and in top view, then go in top view, select this vertex and move it little bit here. Select this vertex and move it little bit here. Select this vertex and move it here. All select all this vertex and move it here like this. Okay. So done. Now press on this object, add Ctrl D to duplicate and duplicate this object. Keep it here like this, and then delete these edges. Double click on this edge, 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 and delete it. And then also double click on this edge, double click on this edge, double click on this edge, and delete it. Okay, wait. So add insert, click on this edge, insert edge loop tool, add insert edge loop in the option box, click on this equal distance from edge, and then click one edge here, and then let me see the reference. Okay, wait. Select all these edges, delete it, and then select this edge and keep it here like this. And in top view, click and drag on all vertices here and move it little bit backward here. And then here insert edge loop tool, go in option box, add 4 edges and click here, and from top view just adjust our vertices. Like this. Okay, if you want to, we can also scale it little bit. Okay, now select this, modify center pivot, and then modify edit. Okay, now modify freeze transformation, sorry. Okay, click here and press Ctrl D to duplicate, and here type x-axis -1 and then move it little bit here. Okay, now select all these edges and shift right click, smooth edges and smooth edges. Here also select all these edges, shift right click, soften edge and soften edge. So we have something like this. Then create one box here like this, scale it a little bit here, and keep a little bit. Okay, move it little bit backward, press it little bit downward. Okay, here also click on this edge, add insert edge loop tool, go in option box and add 7 edges, and in top you go in vertices and just adjust our vertices. So now we have something like this. For this part, press Ctrl D to duplicate, keep it here, again Ctrl D to duplicate, keep it here, or just select this object, Ctrl D to duplicate, Ctrl D to duplicate, and here in x-axis type -1. So we have something like this. Okay, now from these parts, click and drag on all these objects, mesh and combine, and then just scale it little bit like this. Okay, now click on this, go to deform, nonlinear and bend. Oh sorry, go to deform and lattice, and here in attribute editor select S divisions and type 6 or 5. Okay, type 6 here, and T divisions type 0, and then click on this vertex and this vertex or lattice point, and then move it little bit like this here. Select all this, move it little bit here. Select all this point, move it little bit here. Select all this point, move it little bit here. At this. Select all this point and all this point, move it little bit here. Okay, so we have something like this. Now select this model, edit, delete by type, history, and again select this model, go in deform and lattice, and here T divisions at 2 edges, and then click on this lattice point and then scale it little bit like this. Okay, select this. If you want, you can also scale it little bit here. Okay, click on this vertex and go to edit, delete by type, history, edit, delete by type, history. So we have something like this. Okay, again go in. Okay, let it be, or still scale it little bit here. Okay, let it be. Then now here also this select this model and this model object, and then mesh, hold spacebar, mesh and combine, and then in top view create one sphere or cylinder, mesh, separate, click on this vertex and then move a little bit here. Select on this object, modify, and then create center pivot and just move it little bit here like this. Okay, now select all these object, mesh and combine. Now for this part I'm going to increase some subdivisions, and cap subdivisions I would give 0, click on this face and then extrude, click here, offset, click and drag on offset, and again G2 repeat, W for move tool, just move it little bit upward, G2 repeat, W for move tool, and again G2 repeat, W for move tool, repeat here, and again shift right click extrude and click and drag on offset. You also hold its center face, shift right click extrude and move it little bit here like this. Now select this edge, okay, so select this edge, shift right click bevel and bevel this edge and add some segments. So we have something like this. Here also, okay, so click on this edge, bevel it and add some segment. Click on this edge, double click on this edge, shift soften edge and soften edge. Here also double click on this edge, shift right click and bevel edge, bevel little bit and add a one segment. We have something like this. Now here also select this model, deform, nonlinear and deform and lattice, and in here S subdivisions, click and drag on T subdivisions. I want one, I am 0 and wait 1 second. Okay, T divisions, add 4 type 4 here in T divisions, and then right click lattice point and just click on this and this lattice point and move it little bit. Okay, here add one segment in, add 3 segments here in S division and then go in lattice point, select all this lattice point and just move it little bit downward like this, and here you can move it little bit upward, and then select this, go to edit, delete by type, history, and again select this, deform, lattice point, deform, lattice, and here click on lattice point, click on all these vertex and just scale it little bit like this. Okay, click on all these both lattice point and move it little bit downward. Okay, now select on this object, edit, delete by type, history. So we have something like this. Now for this leg part, create one cylinder in top view, turn on the wireframe mode, click and drag here like this, and here in subdivision caps I am going to go 0 subdivision caps, and then move it little bit here and select this bottom face and scale it little bit, select the bottom face and scale it little bit like this, and select all these upper vertices and move it little bit backward. and if you want you can also add insert one edge here also. Shift right click, equal distance from edge, click on that and create one edge here also. Scale it a little bit. Okay, now Control D to duplicate and move it here. And again select this and this object, hold sorry, select this and this object and hold spacebar, mesh and combine, and press Ctrl D to duplicate, and here in Z axis type -1. Go in vertices and just align with our model. Okay, then press mesh separate, mesh and separate. Select this object, modify center pivot, click on modify and center pivot, press Ctrl D to duplicate and then move it little bit here like this. Again press Ctrl D to duplicate and press it here. And then click on this object and this object, spacebar, mesh and combine, and press Ctrl D to duplicate, and here in Z axis type -1. So we have something like this. Select all these object and mesh and combine, and press Ctrl D to duplicate and click and drag this object here like this, and press all this object and spacebar, mesh and combine, spacebar, mesh and combine, and rotate it a little bit like this. Hold J and rotate it like this. Okay, again add, select mesh and separate, click on all these object, mesh, combine, click on all these vertex, press W, and if you want you can scale it little bit. Okay, let it be. This is little bit thicker. If you have more time you can adjust it with selecting all these vertices and move it little bit backward. When you are doing bend, align this in straight position and then click on vertices and move it little bit backward. I am not going to create this again, let it be. Modify center pivot. This is little bit thickness, let it be. You can so here also click on this object, deform and lattice point, click select U division, add 4 lattice point here like this. Click on lattice point and select this lattice point and move little bit downward, and leave the point and move little bit like this. Okay, Okay, select this lattice point, move a little bit downward. Okay, select on this model, edit, delete by type, history. So we have something like this. So our modeling part is almost done. I'm going to create this in little bit high poly, or if you have more time you can create this in this also in low poly. I will show you where. Click one edge here, click one edge here, and then click on these faces, shift right click extrude, and type, click on this edge also. I'm creating this just for my reference. I'm creating this in a high poly. Okay, so this is in high poly, this model. So let's create in low poly. Click here, click on this box and create one box here, and then click on this face, extrude, and then move it little bit here, G2 repeat, extrude it, 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 extrude it. Select all this vertex and move alignment. Click this vertex and align it. Select this vertex and align with our reference. Okay, now click on this add insert edge loop tool, add multiple edge loop tool, add 4 edge loop tool, and click here, and then here double click on this edge, and scale it little bit like this. Double click on this edge, double click on this edge, and scale it little bit like this. Click on this vertex and move it little bit here. Click on this vertex and move it little bit here. Click on all these vertexes and scale it little bit here. Take your time to adjust vertexes and adjust vertexes if you want to create in low poly. Okay, so click on this edge, double click on this edge, shift right click, soften edge and soften edge, and then select this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge, and type bevel edge. Okay, select this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge, and type bevel edge, and add some segments. So this is in low poly. Or else you can also create it like this. This is one way. Or select like this, and then click on these 4 edges and then just bevel it, and then add some edges here like this. And here also take select this, extrude, click on offset, and G2 repeat, click on offset. Click here, double click on this edge and press extrude. So this is also one way. This is also in low poly. Delete this, and then if you want you can bevel it from, select this edge, and wait one second, click on this face, extrude, click and drag on offset, and then select this edge and this edge and bevel it, and add some segments. So this is high poly and this is low poly. If you add smooth here. Okay, so this is high poly normal and this is low poly. So delete high poly and select the low poly one and create here, click here. So our modeling part is almost finished now. So this is our reference and this is our model. So modeling part is almost finished. So this model is containing 8000 polygons. You can see here faces, 8000 faces. So let's unwrap it now and texture it in Substance Painter. So this part is unwrapped, I think. So go in modifier and layout. Click on this part, UVs and automatic. Click on this part and G2 repeat. Click on this part and UVs automatic. Click on this part and UVs automatic. I can also unwrap it, but video will be very long, so I am doing automatic mapping. Click on this part, automatic. Click on this part, UVs automatic. Click on this part and select all these UVs, modifies and layout. Okay, so this all. Okay, this the automatic mapping here also. Okay, so all parts are unwrapped now. Okay, select all these bottom legs of sofa. Modify and automatic. UVs and automatic. Modify and layout. Okay, so unwrapping part is almost done now. Now I am going to texture this like this. First select, let me see the unwrap. Okay, now select all these sofa, here do mesh and separate. Create all the sofas now and right click, assign new material, Lambert, and select that orange color. And here also right click, assign new material and select that blue color. And here click on this face, double click on this face, right click, assign new material, Lambert, and then select the sky blue color. Now for this part you can I am going to give, wait one, I will show you. For this part I am going to give assign new material, Lambert, and give brown color. And then here I have added this edge. So select all these legs, mesh, combine, and then faces, select all these bottom faces, assign new material, Lambert, and then give the whole color. Modify and layout. So this model is almost done now. Click on these faces, click on these faces, click on these faces, click on these faces, right click, assign new material, Lambert, and give yellow color. Here also select this face, double click on this face, select this face, double click on this face, select this face, double click on this face, and assign existing material and add it as yellow color. Here also select this, assign existing material and add as yellow color. Now if you want, you can select all these part and then modify, UV editor, modify and layout. Okay, now you can stop our video here because our modeling is completed. Now I am doing texturing, so I want to export this model. Click, this is only color, and now I am doing texturing. So go to file and I am going to export all, and desktop I am going to go in sofa and export all. Okay, now right now I am not going to speak. If you want texturing tutorial, then subscribe to my channel, because if I reach 500 subscribers, I will give full voiceover of texturing also. So right now I am not going to speak. So let's start. Okay, wait. So right now I'm not going to speak right now. If you want texturing also tutorial, so subscribe to my channel. If I reach 500 subscribers, I will give full voiceover on texturing also. This is very easy texturing. I will do it fast. Okay. select this images, go in color. Okay, wait. Okay, now our ambient occlusion is big. Click on this color, add fill layer. Okay. Okay, so texturing part is also done now. This is, if you take more time, you can add more texturing details to match our reference. You can take more time and add some details to match our reference. Okay, let it be. So click on this file. Okay, export texture. Now I'm just assigning that texture which I have exported. Okay, so this is our reference and this is our final model. So there is one more way to texture in KeyShot. I'm going to show you right now. So this you can render this by adding some light here in Maya only, but I am doing this fast, so I want to do this fast, so I'm going using KeyShot. You can render this. You can render this, or you can assign some materials of KeyShot like this if you want. Add some light into our scene. And then this is our final render. This render is for our video thumbnail. So that's its friend. Let me render this first. Okay, let's render it. This is for our video thumbnail. So if you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because in future I will upload more modeling videos like this, and also some gameplay of some games which I have. So stay tuned to my channel, and tell your friends also who are interested in modeling and texturing to subscribe my channel, because if I reach 500 subscribers, I will give you full tutorial on how to model texture an object. So 85, 87. Okay, this is our final edit for our video thumbnail. So this is in Maya. This is texturing in Maya. I want to texture like this. We can do in Unreal Engine also, but it is faster, so I use this method. Okay friend, that's it. So stay tuned to my channel for more modeling videos, actually also some gameplay, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.